like a piano and live music. There's some people old enough here to get those. All right. This is too close for me. I move around quite a bit. I have ADD. My name is Shawn, and yeah, every time before I get on stage, I've always got my jokes planned out. I know what I'm going to do, but my intro always changes. Even while I'm just waiting, I'm thinking of clever things to say. So this time, sometimes people say, are you nervous because every time you first get on stage, you feel it sound like you're breathing heavy? I'm like, maybe. Or maybe it's that nitro coffee. Whew. Man, I remember when coffee was just coffee. Could be the cocaine. It's one or the other. You guys, we appreciate y'all being here tonight because y'all gave up some other entertainment choices in East Texas tonight. There's another comedy club here in town that's got a show going on tonight. You guys passed them up, came over here. Brett Michaels is playing at the State Fair of East Texas. But you guys came here, I think we got a bigger crowd here. Yeah, most of us still have more hair than Brett does. I can say that because I remember when Brett first started playing with Poison back then. A couple of months ago, my wife and I were watching a show on TV. It was about great white shark attacks off the coast of California. And there was a lady that got attacked by a shark out there. She was out in her kayak. Well, let me see. Okay, she was in her kayak, but let me clarify the attack on the shark's behalf, okay? Let's say it's more of a feel out, okay? Sharks don't have hands, they can't just go check stuff out, they have teeth, okay? So this shark's swimming along, he looks up, he looks up and says, my God, that is the biggest red and white seal I've ever seen. Gotta check that out, right? Comes up, takes a half bite, okay? That tastes like kayak. Swims off, okay? Well, I should also mention that it kind of got part of her leg too when it did it. Okay. But it was hanging out over the edge, Maybe she hadn't been so lazy to tuck that in. Wouldn't have happened. Instead of a couple of holes in her kayak, she got a couple of holes in her leg. And he did, from the force, knock her out of the kayak, and she panicked, blood in the water, shark, that kind of stuff. Anyway, she got back in and she was okay. Except for the stitches and the muscle tissue loss and the blood loss. She was okay. She lived. But at the end of the show, check this out. She goes, I'll probably never go in the water again. Terrified of being killed and eaten by a great white shark. That's so ridiculous. I said, that is so ridiculous. I yelled at the TV, that is so ridiculous. And my wife's like, Shawn, you're not the only person in here. Okay? But that is so ridiculous because that has got to be one of the greatest ways in the world that we could die, right? There's a lot of ways as people that we can die. A lot of ways. That's got to be one of the top ones. And some of you I can see out there are kind of already saying, looking at me like I'm kind of crazy. That's okay. My wife calls me crazy all the time, and I still write these jokes. But let me clarify this. I made points on the subject. First point, if I ever had the honor of getting killed and eaten by a great white shark, I'm going to make headlines. First point, okay? Headlines. Most people who die get a section about that big in the obituary, way in the back of the paper. This talks about the boring way that they died and the people that survived them. I'm going to be front page. Famous comedian, hilarious guy. Wait a minute, y'all are American, not Chinese. Famous comedian, hilarious guy gets killed and eaten by a great white shark. Pig. Story, everything. That's the first thing. The second, let's think about the humanitarian aspect. You guys heard of finning? Finning? Okay, I'll explain it. It's when some of these third world countries, like Japan and China, they go out and they're fishing and catch a bunch of sharks. And they pull them on board, but not with the intention of eating them or even posing with pictures or anything. But they just cut their dorsal fins off at the base of their body, and then throw the shark back in the water. They keep the fin for shark fin soup. Now, the shark dies within 2 or 3 days. It's a terrible thing. See, a shark's dorsal fin is kind of like our spine. It'd be like somebody grabbing you out of your house, rip your spine out, push you back in, and go, all right, enjoy the rest of your life. You're not going to make it 2 steps. Okay. So, finning, they're taking out and killing many sharks. By my death by the mouth of a great white shark, I'm sustaining one of God's other creatures. I'm making their lives better. Shawn 1, Japanese and Chinese 0. Right? But then the next thing, and the best part about this whole thing, the conversations that have to be had afterward. You know, there's those people in your life who you meet, who you get to know, and then you drift apart for different reasons. Maybe you went to school with them, you just hadn't seen them since high school. Maybe you used to work with them and one of you moved off and you just haven't seen each other. Now I know why people keep water up here. Maybe they just said like, Shawn, just quit talking to me and I'm also unfriending you on Facebook. You know, maybe it's something like that. Anyway, that person finds out. They hear about my death. They've got to go talk to one of my relatives or friends, people who are forced to still be around me. And then they say, is it true what happened to Shawn? Yeah. Oh yeah, he passed away. And then what's the next question everybody always asks when they hear about somebody dying? That's right, how did it happen? What happened? But they're a guesser. So they go, what happened? Was it a car wreck? No. Lengthy illness in the hospital? No. Was it his wife? Did she? Surprisingly, no. What happened? He was killed and eaten by a great white shark, dude. What? Yeah. It was even in the paper. Headlines. Headlines. Yeah. How does something like that happen? Well, you know, he was in between tours and relaxing, taking a little bit of time to himself. And he was out there laying on a raft in the ocean, doing what he loved to do. Laying on a raft, sunglasses on, bourbon and Dr. Pepper right there next to him, watching the little puffy white clouds drift by, and wham! Right up from underneath him, right through the raft, grabbed him and the raft, boom, pulled him down. Great white shark. What? Yeah. Big plume of blood. That was it. Nothing else. Ah. That's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty bad. And of course then there's going to be nothing left of me, okay? But you still have to inter people. You still have to place a memorial, okay? I'm still going to have a tombstone at the graveyard, right? And I want it to be like, you know, in the movie Jaws, the movie poster with the little lady swimming overhead and the big great white shark's head coming up? That's how I want the tombstone shaped. Just like that. And on it say, here lies world famous, hilarious comedian who starred at the Foundry, Shawn Bryant. Rest in pieces. All right. And, but that's not it. I also want to have some like all-weather speakers kind of around the grave plot. Speakers, and then some little sensors so that when people are visiting other tombstones go, Bill, is that a shark's head tombstone? I'm like, you know, Mary, I believe it is. I talk about people in the 50s when I meditate with white people. Yeah, let's go. I wanted to check that out. And as they get closer to the sensors, they hear, dun, 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 dun. And then then sprinklers and fireworks go off at the same time. And the shark's head tombstone goes into the ground and then pops back up like right before it killed me. So, yeah, some people say, Shawn, how do you think about crap like this? And my wife just says, Shawn, I wish you'd quit talking about crap like this. Because you and your weird, cool ways to die, it's kind of upsetting to hear you talk about. And I just say, what do you mean? She says, talking about things like getting killed or eaten by a shark. Oh, you're right, mate. You're right, mate. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let me, first, maybe, let me say, it's not shark, it's a great white shark. Because I am not losing my life to some second-class shark. Shawn Bryant is not going down to a hammerhead. I'm not going to have some hammerhead shark tombstone for some weird people out in the cemetery to go, is that a hammerhead shark tombstone? There's not even any theme music for that. I don't think. Who knows with some bands today. So then, but she goes, you're doing it again. So, okay, all right, listen, baby, you're right. You're right, just, I'm a comedian, okay? I'm a comedian, babe, and, more than likely, I'm gonna die in a plane crash or from a drug overdose, not from a shark attack, so just scratch that right off. Y'all, thank you, I've enjoyed being here. Thank you all for being here.